Hey, ElvisCupGuy here. Hey, you guys are going to want to stay tuned and watch this entire video all the way through. I've got a lot of really neat stuff to show you guys and to tell you guys about in this video. First of all, let me just say this. I just got back from Pensacola, Florida. So I went on location to two different places that are Elvis related. First one, February of 1956, Elvis performed at a location in Pensacola. It's no longer there, but I went to the exact spot and I show you what it looks like now and what it looked like then. Also, in 1933, did you know that Colonel Parker, yes, Elvis's manager, Colonel Tom Parker, was in jail. He was in the brig, in the Army in 1933 in Pensacola at Fort Barrancas. And I actually go there and show you where he was in jail, what it looks like now, and actually where he was being held at, imprisoned. And at the very end of this video, I have a rare photograph to show you guys from approximately 1941, taken at a street fair in Tupelo, Mississippi. Elvis was maybe 6, 7 years old, but it's an unseen photo of Elvis and his cousin, Kenny, riding on a big steer, big, huge horns on this thing. Anyway, stay tuned and it's all gonna start now. All right, coming up next, I went to the exact spot where the Pensacola Municipal Auditorium once stood and where Elvis performed February 26, 1956. So I'm gonna show you what it looked like then and what it looks like now, and it's coming up next. All right, what you're looking at now, Elvis on stage at the Pensacola Municipal Auditorium, February 26, 1956. There are some other angles of it. Man, this thing was right on the water, okay? There's another angle, a nice color shot of it back in the day. And there's Elvis, of course, again on stage. Now, here's where they tore it down, okay, to build a park. There's Elvis on stage. Hey, one thing I did want to show you guys, I have a copy of the actual contract for this show in Pensacola, Florida, at the Municipal Auditorium, February 26, 1956. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but you can see there's the date, and it's the Elvis Presley show. Now check this out. I thought this was interesting. Type of engagement, hillbilly stage show. All right. Price agreed upon, $500 against 50%, to be paid at the close of the engagement. All-Star Shows by Colonel Tom Parker, Box 417, Madison, Tennessee. So anyway, I thought you guys would, enjoy seeing that since it's directly related to the venue there in Pensacola. All right, so here's how it looks today. There's a plaque they put down, kind of marking the spot where the auditorium actually stood. Elvis performed there, like I said, February 26, 1956. And he did 3 shows on that day, a 2 p.m., a 5 p.m., and the last show was at 8 p.m. Other entertainers that were on the bill with Elvis, kind of opening acts on that date, February 26, 1956, were Justin Tubb, the Louvin brothers, the Alabama Sanddusters, Mother Maybelle and the Carter sisters, June Carter, wife of Johnny Cash, and Benny Martin. This was the last tour stop. After all taxes and expenses were paid, the tour's total net receipts came to $22,623.02. Elvis's share was a little over $6,700. $6,700 he made for 3 shows that he cleared. 3 shows back on that date, February 26, 1956. But man, pretty cool where this venue was. And wow, right there on the water. And like I said, there's the marker that marks the spot. All right, coming up next, I'm going to show you guys where Colonel Tom Parker was in jail, in the brig, in the U.S. Army in 1933. And I go to the exact spot and I actually show you where he was being held at. So anyway, it's coming up now. Hey, before I get to the footage of Fort Barrancas and where Colonel Parker was in prison in 1933 in the Army, in the brig, I want to show you a few photos of Elvis and Colonel Parker together. And, you know, I'm sure you've seen a lot of these before, but I thought it was just kind of a neat montage of Elvis and the Colonel throughout the years. You know, some of these are from the 50s, obviously, like this. And there's some 60s right there, on into the 60s. And, wow, 65, 66, with the machine gun. There's 72. 56. So anyway, here we go. Fort Barrancas, Gulf Islands National Seashore. Okay, this is where Colonel Parker was based in the Army. Then he went AWOL, okay? He joined the Army in October 24th, 1931, assignment at Fort Barrancas, a scenic encampment built on a bluff overlooking Pensacola Bay. For the first year, Colonel Parker carried out his duties well, and then he was promoted to private first class. And there's a young picture of Colonel Parker. But on September 27th, 1932, without leave, he left his post for points unknown. Some people think he went to the circus. But anyway, after being absent for 5 months, Colonel Parker returned, and on February 17th, 1933, there's where he was, right there. And as a punishment for his desertion, he went into solitary for 60 days. And he came out, and he had a psychotic breakdown, and he was diagnosed as schizophrenic. So anyway, he had to be observed, and they finally let him go. And in August 1933, he was discharged honorably out of the Army due to his psychosis. But anyway, there's some interior shots of Fort Barrancas. All right, I saved the best for last. I've got a rare photograph taken of Elvis Presley and his cousin Kenny Presley around 1941 in Tupelo at a street fair. And Elvis and his cousin Kenny are sitting on a big steer. Elvis is on the left-hand side. But anyway, before I show you that rare photo, I just want to thank you guys for watching this entire video all the way through. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel and you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. But anyway, without any further delay, I'm going to show you this rare photograph of Elvis Presley and his cousin Kenny Presley on a steer. And I've got two versions of it. I've got the normal photo and I've got a colorized version. So anyway, hang tight, and it's coming up next. All right, what I'm showing you guys now is a rare photograph of Elvis Presley and his cousin Kenny Presley. Elvis is on the left, and Kenny Presley, or Kenneth Presley, is on the right. And this was taken at a street fair, a street carnival, back in 1941 in Tupelo, Mississippi. And Elvis was probably 6-7 years old, 6.5 years old, when this photograph was taken. Now, this photo is from a book, We Remember Elvis, by Azalea S. Moore and Guy Thomas Harris and Sybil Presley and Lee Clark. It came out in 2010, but it's called We Remember Elvis. It was published by Rose Dog Books. So anyway, maybe you can find a copy of it, but that's where this photo originated. But there it is, Elvis in 1941. I'm sure some of you people are going to say, hey, I've seen that before, but a lot of people have not seen this photo. And as a bonus, I've got a colorized version of it. So anyway, I'm going to try to zoom in there, but there is a rare photo, not seen very often, of Elvis Presley and his cousin Kenny on a steer, okay? Look at the horns on that thing. Back in Tupelo, Mississippi
1940